Well, here we go again. I'm so excited. Two matches in a year already for Full Metal singles. I don't know what it feels like to have two singles matches in Full Metal in a calendar year, let alone a month. It's crazy. But here I go again on my own. No manager, no tag team partner this week. It's just me on my own against Adelaide. Adelaide is great. I've known them ever since the Full Metal Classic days. They always bring it as hard as they can, no matter what the questions are. So it's going to be a very interesting match, to say the least. I just do the hard work, do the testing, do the studying, and just hope to God I make it to round 3 with the lead. Because if we all know what happens, if I have the lead after round 3, let's get this going.
Back in Full Metal. I'm not great at cutting promos. I think I'm better at just like improvisational jokes on the desk of here's an obscure reference, here's a really bad pun. Other than that, I am just a one-trick pony of being adequate at movie trivia. I don't think I'm going to win today. I think if anyone's going to win here, it's the person who's played in a couple title matches and teams. I've played in teams here. I somehow have a positive record. I have no confidence in myself today. I'm going to show up and have fun because Sean's cool. People on my desk are cool. Movies are all right. There's nothing to lose here. Just here to have fun and hang out and hopefully answer some questions from some shit musicals in the ring.
Hello and welcome back to Full Metal. Jokes on Adelaide. I am not cool and I'm here on the desk. But with me, I do have someone who is cool. Alex. How you doing today, Alex?
I'm great. I never miss a good party or a good match if I can help it. It turns out my band was just on the teams division, so I'm here in singles watching a friend and somebody that I've been a longtime fan of, and Sean, here for hopefully a good match.
Yeah, I think these two are pretty evenly matched, so we're just going to see how this goes. So let's go without any further ado, as you're required to say on these videos. Let's go straight into our intros. Introducing first, with a record of 2 wins, 1 loss, it is Sean, the Crusader, Wasserkrug. And his opponent, also coming in with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss, it is Adelaide, the Matriarch, Spence.
Yeah.
You all know the rules, but I'm going to make Alex read them anyway. Alex, did you get the document yet?
I did.
Okay, go ahead. Those are the rules then.
Yep, we have rules for round number 1. Every competitor will get 8 questions from 8 different categories. For each question, you have about 15 seconds to write down an answer. After the time is up, the competitors will show and say what they wrote. A correct answer is worth 1 point. If a competitor answers all 8 questions correctly, they will receive the coveted bonus question. How'd I do?
The coveted bonus question, indeed. You did a wonderful job, Alex. Let's just all stop and wonder at that great performance. Okay, let's move on. I'll get you started with question 1. Any questions? Of course there's not.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a question in the category of 1980s. What future Oscar nominee starred as Stacey Hamilton in Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
All right, can I get technical on that?
Yeah. In the category of 1980s, what future Oscar nominee starred as Stacey Hamilton in Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
I think it's weird, and I think we have to address this at some point. I don't think we ever actually talked about a dress code, but we both showed up in red. Is this the official?
This is, we have to judge in red, but you're not wearing headwear. Everyone else here has headwear on, so I don't know.
I have a crown, but I don't think that
4, 3,
shows
2.
my favor.
Well, I was going to say that might show favor, but then again, I'm wearing the Club Dread hat, which I didn't realize.
True.
So,
I don't know.
all right, pens down. Let's start with Adelaide.
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
And Sean?
Yeah, I have no idea. I said Daryl Hannah.
It is Jennifer Jason Leigh, so Spen's coming with a 1-point lead to start the match. Here's the number 2, Alex.
Lovely. Your second question will come from the category of comic book movies. Your question, what is Tom Stahl's real first name in A History of Violence?
You don't like comic book movies much, do you, Alex?
Are you like first and last name, or
Just first name. You know what? Actually, if you ever followed me on Twitter, you'd think I hated all of them. Every single one that I watch is just like
I see them all. I just hate them. I hate watch every single one of them.
Yeah, it's either that or get like intimately familiar with like 80 movies, and I don't have that kind of time.
2, 1. Markers down. Let's start with Sean this time.
I haven't seen this since it came out. Gary, I don't know.
And Adelaide.
Robert.
And Adelaide is frozen. Wait, I saw Robert. Both incorrect. The correct answer was Joey. Question 3 in the category of horror. What 1970s horror film has remakes that were released in 2006 and 2019?
That's mean. All horror movies get remakes. That's just unfortunate.
But some get remade more than others. This one apparently twice.
Yeah, in these specific years.
Yes, and that's all we'll say about that because I'm always worried I will slip and say something I shouldn't.
You're a pro at this.
No, I've just made mistakes in the past. I've learned from the 3.
Go ahead, repeat.
Sean's first repeat. And if I forgot to say it before, you each get 3 repeats and 1 challenge for the match. In the category of horror, what 1970s horror film has remakes that were released in 2006 and 2019?
My internet's awful. Holy shit. It's not holding up.
That East Coast internet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. Spence, what do you got?
Wrong turn.
And Sean.
It's not a remake, but I said Halloween.
The correct answer was Black Christmas. Black Christmas.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Oh, did you say Black Christmas?
Black Christmas, yes.
Damn. All right.
All right, with that, we go to your 4th question, which will come from the category of rom-coms. Your question, in what 90s romantic comedy will you find a character who is diagnosed with an incurable disease called brain cloud?
Can I get technical on that one again? I missed the beginning.
It's Adelaide, yep. Once again, from rom-coms. In what 90s romantic comedy will you find a character who is diagnosed with an incurable disease called brain cloud?
I could have, but fuck it.
Brain cloud is also what I call my brain when it's had the sleeping pills that I have to have every single night.
This is so rom-com.
4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. Let's start with Sean.
Regarding Henry. Oh.
And Spence.
Is Bubble Boy a rom-com?
I guess it could be, but it's not the right rom-com. It's Tom Hanks in Joe versus the Volcano.
I was going to watch that a couple days ago.
Question 5 in the category of animated films. Buster, voiced by Matthew McConaughey, is what kind of animal in 2016's Sing?
I have many talents. Singing, not one of them. In fact, it is on the other end of the spectrum.
Spence, because your internet is like chance level shitty, I am putting all the questions in the chat as I ask them, just to make sure you see.
Am I here? Am I present?
5. You're here. You're back now. 4, 3.
Oh, if this was an option, we should do this through every match.
Markers down. Let's start with Spence.
Koala bear.
And Sean?
Koala.
Both correct.
Yep.
So it's 2-1 Spence right now.
Well done. We move right along to the category of drama. What 2009 drama is about a down-and-out country music star who attempts to turn his life around after beginning a relationship with a young journalist?
Can you go repeat, please?
Okay. Once again from drama. What 2009 drama is about a down-and-out country music star who attempts to turn his life around after beginning a relationship with a young journalist?
Also, after this, because I'm putting the questions in the chat, any more repeats
Yeah, thank
will
you.
be counted as
Thank you.
repeats.
Holy shit, that's much better.
Yeah, no more technicals after now. They'll be as counted repeats because I'm with the questions there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. Sean.
Crazy Heart.
And Spence? Spence?
Yeah, he's frozen for me too.
That's Adelaide Spence. That'd be the Matriarch. Adelaide
Crazy
Spence.
Heart.
There you go. There it is.
I'm
Crazy
so
Heart.
sorry.
Oh, this
I
could
don't
be
know what's
a long match.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Question 7 in the category of actors and actresses. What actor has played a radio DJ, a teacher, a therapist, and a robot?
This is really weird.
Which
Alternate
of
ending.
those 4 things would you like to be, Alex?
You know what? I really wanted to be a teacher when I was younger. And then I realized I hate kids. I do. I hate kids.
I'll take the rapist for 400. I'm sorry, that's therapist. Sorry. 5,
Oh, no.
4, 3, 2, 1. R.I.P. Alex Trebek. Markers down. Spence.
He's frozen again.
Return.
Spence.
Rob Williams.
I heard Robin Williams. Sean.
I wrote Jack Black.
It is Robin Williams. Spence getting that point.
Yep. And your final question for this round, we go to the category of plot summary. Name the film from the plot. A nerdy boy buys a car with an evil mind of its own, and his nature starts to change to reflect it.
I think you figured out what it was. Full screen crashes my computer. So you just stay like this.
You do see much better now, so maybe that's
Yeah.
maybe it helps. I don't know.
I don't know why just making it bigger make everything worse.
That's what she
I
said.
agree.
5, 4, 3,
This is why I'm not allowed here.
2,
That's right.
1. Markers down. Sean. Anything?
I don't know.
And Spence.
Is that Christine?
That is Christine.
Oh my god! I was like, it's not Christine.
I prefer the
At the
biopic.
end of
that
round
one's
1,
good,
I
too.
have a score of 5-2 Adelaide. Is that what you have, Alex?
Yeah. With that last point, I think that's right.
All right. With that, we'll go into round 2, which of course is the wheel round. I want you in with those round 2 rules.
All right. Your rules for round number 2. The lead competitor will decide to go first or second. The player going first will bet on either red or black. The wheel will be spun and will land on a category or a color. If a color is spun, the competitor with the corresponding color will choose a category for themselves or their opponent. If a category is spun, the competitor can choose to take it or respin. If they respin, they will have to stick with whatever category the wheel lands on. From the category, the competitor will receive 4 questions worth 2 points each. Multiple choice is available, reducing the point value to exactly 1 point. Opponents can steal the points available if the question happens to be answered incorrectly.
All right. And the categories for your wheel today are scores and soundtracks, drama, Kirsten Dunst, the Holmes family, as in Sherlock Holmes, spy movies, 2001, A Movie Odyssey, movies released in 2001, Alfred Hitchcock, rom-coms, Spence's strength of 2010's Best Picture nominees, and Sean's strength of 90s sports films. And of course, red and black is on the wheel. I'm guessing nobody has a wheel. Time out. Malcolm, did you make wheels? Yes, he did. Yes. Okay. I just realized I didn't make one. All right. Edit back in, editors. Okay, so Spence, you have the lead. Would you like to spin first or second?
I'd like to defer.
Okay, so Sean will be spinning first. Sean, do you want the color red or black?
Red.
Okay, Sean is taking red. Let's go ahead and give your first spin.
Kind of painter the host with red.
I can't even tell what it is. It froze.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's still spinning. Spy movies.
Let's spin it again.
All right, he's spinning again, Malcolm.
Ah, you fucker.
taking Spence's strength of 2010's Best Picture nominees. Alex, you want to go ahead and read Sean his questions?
Sure, as soon as I can find them, because they're all the way at the bottom. All right, Sean, if you're ready, I have some questions for you in, once again, the category of 2010's Best Picture nominees.
All right.
Your first question, in Dallas Buyers Club, what is the 3 initial name of the drug used to treat HIV patients?
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, DZB, B, AZT, C, PCE, or D, MHP?
B.
Just correct for 1 point.
He says with
Wow.
confidence.
Like, I don't know.
I only know that from Rent. AZT break.
I can't believe it. All right, we go to your second question. Who plays King George VI in The Darkest Hour?
Multiple choice.
Yep. Is it A, Mark Rylance, B, Tom Hollander, C, Ben Mendelsohn, or D, Guy Pearce?
Guy Pearce.
That is incorrect. So we'll go to Adelaide for the 1 point steal. Just the options?
Yes.
All right. Once again, your options. Is it A, Mark Rylance, B, Tom Hollander, C, Ben Mendelsohn, or D, Guy Pearce?
Is it Ben Mendelsohn?
And that's correct for a 1 point steal.
I think Guy Pearce plays him in the King's Speech, which is a
And I wanted to say Mendelsohn. I was like, no, it's not Mendelsohn. Damn it.
All right. Third question. Beasts of the Southern Wild primarily takes place in what southern U.S. state?
Mississippi.
That is incorrect. So for a big 2 point steal, we go to Adelaide.
I haven't seen this one. Louisiana.
That is correct for a 2 point steal.
Shit.
All right. And fourth and final question in 2010's Best Picture nominees. Adrian Brody plays what real-life historical figure in Midnight in Paris?
Multiple choice.
Yep. Is it A, Ernest Hemingway, B, Salvador Dali, C, F. Scott Fitzgerald, or D, Cole Porter?
Fitzgerald.
That is incorrect. So for a 1 point steal, we'll go back to Adelaide. Is it A, Ernest Hemingway, B, Salvador Dali, C, F. Scott Fitzgerald, or D, Cole Porter?
B as in Brian.
And that is another 1 point steal.
All right. With that, we're going to go over to Spence for their round 2. Malcolm, bring us that wheel. And here's your first spin. '90s sports movies.
I can do better. Whoosh. Spin again.
All right, spin that wheel again.
think it was drama. Either
Was that
or
on drama,
too?
Malcolm?
1 hour later.
So now we wait. So how's everybody doing?
Not good,
I'm
Brian.
really stressed.
were you waiting on me? Were you waiting on me for something, or?
Yeah, Malcolm. Can you bring the wheel up? You disappeared before we saw what it landed
Oh
on.
shit!
Okay.
Okay, it did land on drama.
I haven't touched it. That's what it landed on.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. Cut back in. All right. So drama. That was your second spin. So you are in drama. I will read you your questions on that. Malcolm, go ahead and take that wheel away.
Yep, I will do that now. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Double checking. What's the score again?
I have the score currently at 9-3.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. In drama. Question 1. In Gone Girl, after losing their jobs in the recession, Nick and Amy moved to what U.S. state?
That's a good question. Multiple choice.
Is it A, Oklahoma, B, Illinois, C, Ohio, or D, Missouri?
Missouri.
Missouri is correct for 1 point. Question 2. Who plays Charlotte's photographer husband, John, in Lost in Translation?
Oh, fuck. Multiple choice.
Is it A, Jason Schwartzman, B, Giovanni Ribisi, C, Adrian Brody, or D, Luke Wilson?
B, as in Brian again.
B is correct for another point.
He's such a weird actor.
Who plays Vincent Mancini in The Godfather Part 3?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Andy Garcia, B, Joe Mantegna, C, Alec Baldwin, or D, Matt Dillon?
Could you repeat their options again?
A, Andy Garcia, B, Joe Mantegna, C, Alec Baldwin, or D, Matt Dillon?
A, as in Alex.
A is correct for another point. And your final question. Who directed the film Lost Highway?
David Lynch.
And your winner, by way of knockout, Adelaide, the patriarch, Spence. The correct answer was David Lynch. Final score of 14-3. Let's go into our post-match interviews. Alex, why don't you go ahead and take care of that? Why don't you start with our unfortunate second place winner, Sean?
Sure, absolutely. Sean, not the way I think a lot of people thought this was going to go. Certainly not the way you wanted it to go. I think just a rough run of questions in the first 2 rounds, I think just got the better of you, spinning what is essentially opponent's choice, ending up on a category that ended up with a lot of interesting spectrum movies and questions, just not in your wheelhouse, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's just there's not my wheelhouse. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, I could come up with excuses or bitch or moan or complain about certain things, but I'm not going to do that because regardless, Spence got the same questions as I did in round 1, and he had the lead, and then I got his strength, and he stole when he I apologize. They got the steals when needed to, and they got a good answers in drama. So it's one of those things where they got the questions right and I didn't. I think the questions in round 1 were a little rough, and I think Adelaide can probably attest to that. But it's neither here or there. It's just the way the match went. It just didn't go my way. This is easily, hands down, probably one of my worst performances. All I can do is just bounce back next match and prove everyone that I'm as good as I claim to be. This just wasn't my match. I wish I would have gotten to round 3.
Yeah, I know that's the most disappointing aspect for you, because I know you crammed all those movies in 36 hours, and
I'm so mad that I had.
And everyone knows how hardcore you take notes on those things. So
I'm so mad that I had to watch the skin I live in. Not that it wasn't a bad movie, but that is such an effed up movie that I had to watch. And that was
I will not be sleeping this weekend. Okay.
That was the last one I had to watch, and that was just put me in a really weird headspace going into this match. But like I said, can't take anything away from Adelaide. They played a great game. I just didn't have it tonight.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll see you again both here in singles, and of course, you're still in the teams division once that gets kicked back into full gear. So let's go over to our winner tonight, Adelaide. Adelaide, the age-old question, just so you can say whatever you want to say. How you feeling after that
I
victory?
feel bad. Like at the end of the day, like this came down to a round two. I think Sean knew my question. It looked like he did for quite a few of them. I knew I had to neutralize him in round 3. Like I knew I needed some advantage going in because I could not beat him if the match goes that far. I am not that good of a deep cut player. He's one of the best. I lucked out. There's no excuse. If this match had went on one more question, I think he would have honestly might have beaten me around.
Yeah, I was watching the score as round 2 was going on. I'm like, this might still go to round 3, and then anything could happen. No matter the size of the lead, anything could happen in round 3 with Sean over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. There was some tough questions. The wheel was just a little bit nicer to you.
Yeah.
You luckily were able to spin away from his strength, whereas he got stuck on yours.
And it also just comes down to strength category questions are harder. So I got thankfully easier questions. I know like if I had my strength category, I would have also done bad. I did not pick a good category for myself. I'm fortunate I didn't have to get it today.
Well, I know it feels bad. You always feel bad sometimes when you knock out the other player, but that shouldn't take away from the fact that you did pretty good. I mean, you still got five questions in round 1, despite them being a little bit more difficult than usual, and then you came out with a knockout. So
difficult, both difficulty and just my connection was awful.
Yeah, then there's a whole connection. We won't even get into that. But congratulations on the win. Alex, did you have anything to say?
2-0, I believe, this whole season. Caught Dominic Rizzi unprepared and unawares, and now with a knockout, quite a good string of wins you've put in yourself.
I do not get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, this is how. Yeah, we're now finally on the same wavelength of like, I don't know how this is happening.
I think we have the same record actually in total.
Yeah, actually, and also putting together a win at Geek. So quite a year you're having here at Full Metal. I'm very happy for you. I'm very proud of you. Here's hoping that it continues.
Yeah, we'll watch and see where it goes from here. With that, let's go ahead and get Spence out of here. We'll do a wrap up. Any overall thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I think Sean just had a rough go of it. I think that happens. I think that happens to pretty much everybody. I think everybody has that one game where like that did not go well. I had a bad time in this game, and usually that game comes at somebody's expense, and somebody benefits from that. I think Adelaide wasn't confident coming into this game, and ended up finding out that they know a little bit more than they thought. Their resounding knockout of a very tough player. We all know that Sean is very good. Is proof that Adelaide, I think, belongs here a bit more than perhaps even they do believe. Not that Sean doesn't. Sean absolutely does. Sean, I believe, was in a title match that I may or may not have ruined. But it's unfortunate, but it is the game. Someone has to win, and someone does have to lose.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes. Like I said, Sean is a great player. Unfortunately, his greatest strength, of course, was in round 3, which he didn't get a chance to show that. But he'll be back. He's not going anywhere. And so with that, we'll wrap up the match. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will catch you next time on Full Metal Trivia.